Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today I have a new set of templates for you guys. This is the introduction video for the mini album mashup album 2. So the last set of templates I released was mini album mashup album 1. And it was, let's see, how many pages does it have? It had 13 main base pages in it, and it was, just as it says, mashup of several different sets of templates. Well, just bits and pieces of several different sets of templates and some new pages as well. So I even talked about it in the last introduction video. Actually, I will link that introduction video if you want to check it out. I will link it because I even talked about the fact that I love the D-sized album in the Basically Amazing. I don't know why. I like the skinny, tall. I don't know. There's just something about it that just is nice for me. And I even said in that video, I was like, I think maybe I should make a D-size and pick bits and pieces from different sets of templates and create a new set of templates with that size because I love this size so much. Again, I don't know why. It's like the Traveler's Notebook size, you know, a standard Traveler's Notebook size. I like that as well. This is obviously bigger than a standard notebook size. But this is a mashup of the Basically Amazing foundations, the Everlasting, the Simply Magical, and I thought there was one more. I thought I wrote it down too, but if I can think of it, I'll show you the flip through, and while I flip through, I'll probably be able to find it. But there's a few pages that will look very familiar because obviously the main base page is the D size from the Basically Amazing foundation, and there's a whole system from Basically Amazing, and I love it, and it's great. And matter of fact, now that I'm saying this out loud, is both of these mini album mashup 1 and 2 can fit into the Basically Amazing system. So if you wanted to add some more variety into your Basically Amazing system, if you have it, I will add that playlist up here as well because that system is amazing. And if you're watching this video during, you know, right around the same week that it's published, everything should be at a discount. Well, I mean, there's a coupon code, not a discount. There's a coupon code. Everything's included. There are some exclusions that I don't include in my coupon codes. But, so if you wanted to grab the foundations or any of the decorative edges, then you might want to take that opportunity now to do that. But anyway, so they will fit inside the Basically Amazing. Another thing to note, just really quick, just because I'm excited. This album number 2, the mini album mashup 2 fits inside of the mini album mashup 1 as well. So you can take these two and create an album, which we should probably do. We should probably make these two, make an album out of using these two sets of templates because that would be fun because there's a bunch of bits and pieces of everything included into a smaller set of templates. It's a smaller set of templates. It's a more affordable set of templates because some of the other sets that I do, they're so massive, right? There's just so much to them, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. So this is kind of where the concept of mashing everything together, just little bits and pieces, so that you can create a quicker album, you know, so you don't have to plan so much, and you can just go through and pick, because there's not that many pages, right? So you just pick a few things out of each, you know, pick a few things to make your page setup. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's why I created these, because I wanted to take some really fun elements from bigger sets and put it into a smaller set so that you can make a quick album. So this is the mini album mashup number 2, album 2, and here's my workbook. There's my workbook, and here's the workbook from number 1. So it's a little bit bigger. This one has 20 main base pages. So the new set has 20 main base pages, and then they have mats. So there's actually 39 because the binding page, the mat's actually on the binding page this time. So anyway, there's 39 pages altogether, but 20 main base pages. But we will go through, oh, and the workbook. I did not film this workbook, this exact workbook for you guys, but I will link the video where I made this workbook. I'll link it right here for you, and I will tell you the pages. So get a notepad really fast. Grab a pencil and paper. The pages in order to make this workbook. So follow that tutorial, right? But let's see, this is what I printed out to make my workbook. Pages 1 through 20, I printed out onto copy paper, and that's what I laminated, the 1 through 20. And this will make sense if you guys watch the workbook video. And then pages 1 and 2 and 21 through 39 you print on cardstock, and those are traceable templates. Okay, so that's how I printed to make my workbook. I've got notes. Look, I've got notes. I also printed off the listing sheet, so all this information is on every listing for the mini album mashup 2. I have the mini album mashup 2 linked in the description box. I think it's just a section of the mashup in general, so make sure you see album 2, okay, if you're looking for album 2. But the size of this album is approximately, it's not 100% because your printer may print slightly different than mine. Mine, one of my printers prints at 98%. And so I have to tell it to print. I actually have to tell it to print at 102% to print the full page out correctly, right? So it depends on whether or not you want to go down that road. But if not, it's okay. It's usually not that big of a difference. It's usually maybe be 1/8 of an inch, if that, from the original size. So try not to get hung up on that. As long as you print everything the same, on the same setting, it will all work together. But the a roundabout measurement of the finished album is approximately 10 inches, let's see, no, is approximately 10 1/4 inches tall. So 10 1/4 inches tall by 5 3/4 width. And then there's 2 spine sizes this time. And the reason I did 2 this time, last time I didn't, I just did 1. The reason I did 2 this time is because it is skinnier, and this is 4 pages. So you can get more into the album if you wanted a bigger album, right? So if you did 4 pages, then it would be a 2.5 inch spine. If you did 2 pages, then it's a 1 3/4 inch spine. So this is a 2 page, and this is a 4 page. Okay, so there's also going to be some timestamps below if you want to skip around, but I wanted to show you a flip through of the prototypes, and then I will show you every page that's included in the templates. And there's also going to be a giveaway situation, and there's going to be a coupon code, so don't go anywhere, okay? So I was going to show you a flip through of the prototype albums. So I'm going to and I'll show you what paper collections I used, or I'll show you the title page of the paper collection that I used, and I'll have it linked down below if you're interested in checking it out. So this one is the 4-page album, and I used the paper collection called Halloween in Wonderland. And this is the first time I've ever used this type, or this company's paper, so it was kind of cool. I really liked it. I enjoyed using it, and I have it linked down below, and it is still available in some places. Alright, so let me show you a flip through. I kind of showed you this in the last video I put out, a quick flip through of the different pages, because I was asking you about paper collections, and I showed you that Halloween paper collection too. So, but anyway, so this is the front cover. You can see it's not completely full. I'm doing my best not to overstuff things, you guys. I love to overstuff, but I'm trying not to. Okay, so I'll point, I have added things in here that aren't part of the template, like the ephemera pieces from other printables that I have, so I will try to point those out as well. So on the front cover we have a little decorative edge flip here, which I love. This is a variation of the everlasting edge, but a little different. So this is a variation of that, and then the pocket is a variation of the Simply Magical envelope in the Simply Magical. So there is the front cover there, and then it opens up like, I didn't elaborate too much on my decoration because again, I could just keep going, and next thing you know, I've run out of time. So that's the front cover, and a little metal key, and a, you know, wax seal, of course. And then here's that same pocket that's on the front cover right here. This is not my favorite paper. I thought it was going to be, but it's not. But it was a leftover piece, and anywho. So here's the front cover pocket, and then there's an insert. This is the Scripty Check background design, if you're curious. And then over here we've got a smaller envelope. I mean, you don't have to prop it up. I mean, it still lays relatively flat, but if you wanted to, you could prop it up to work on it. This is a smaller envelope. This is a variation from a Simply Magical envelope. And it opens like that, and we've got a cool pocket, and then it's got an insert like that. Again, I didn't fully mat everything, so sorry about that. And then on the back here is this cute little pocket down here, and I just stuck an insert in there. That's a photo mat insert right there. So you remember, you can always mat your pockets with a photo mat so that you can stick a photo there. People forget to do that sometimes. This is also a photo mat insert from a photo mat essentials too. Then here's a split pocket. I didn't really elaborate on the decoration on this one. Elaborate? Is that the right word? Am I using the right word? I didn't really go all out on the decoration on here, but it's a little split pocket. And if you can see that decorative edge there, that is from the Everlasting. It's a variation on that. And then the inserts on that, they're like little booklets. I didn't fully finish those either, but I wanted to just give you like an idea of what is in this set of templates, right? Okay, so then here's another little pocket right here. Actually, yeah, let me do it like this. Here's another little pocket right here. A cute little shape down here. It opens up, and there's a pocket right there. And then this is a pocket too, and it's just a tag. This I used some leftover cut-off pieces, and I will talk about that later on. And then this is a flip, a photo mat flip. I almost always, if the album is big enough for a 4x6 photo mat, I almost always add a photo mat, a 4x6 page for photo mats. So this one opens this way, and it opens that way, and then here the pocket behind here. So check out this insert. I didn't ink the back side, but you see how it's got that, I don't know if you can tell. Can you see that decorative edge there? So super fun. So I'm gonna stick that back in there. And I'm gonna stick that back in there. That was the first fin. Okay, here's the second fin, again with that envelope and insert. Oh, I just cut it in half. Then this opens up like this. And then we've got these decorative edge pockets. These both flip down like so. And I think one of these flips up, and one of them is a pocket. But then here is that insert with the decorative edge on the top and the bottom. So 2 3x4 photo mats will fit on here. And this one is a pocket. So this one has a straight insert. Again, 3x4 photo mats. Okay, and then this, let's see, is that right? Yeah. And then back here, this is a decorative edge, right? And it kind of sticks up past the page, which I thought was super cute. And you open it up. I didn't do a whole lot of embellishing. Okay, here is another little tuck pocket right here. And I just stuck in one of the envelopes from, this is from one of the envelope sets that I have from the vintage envelopes and insert sets. I'm pretty sure this was like I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to look. But I will I will try to link all of the things that I used in the prototypes, including other printables of mine, under each prototype. So this is the Halloween prototype, right? So the 4-page, and then there's the side pocket insert. I will have it all down there in the description box, and the first pinned comment as well. Here is a envelope page, a large envelope page. So again, this is a adapted form of something from the Simply Magical, and of course the insert, and I didn't fully ink everything. And wax seal. And then here is a full page with that decorative edge, and it sticks up, you know, from the top, and it sticks down at the bottom a little bit. Not a lot, but enough. How can I show you? Can you see it sticking up just a little bitty bit there? I don't know if you can tell. I can't tell on the camera. But so anyway, the decorative edge is on the top and the bottom. Turn the page, and we have a flip page that has the decorative edge, the top and bottom. And I made a little tuck there, even though I didn't stick anything in there. That opens up. And then back here is a belly band. And it's just a photomat insert booklet situation. And then this is the 4th fin. So that was the 3rd fin. This is the 4th fin. And we've got a little pocket here. These are journal spots right here. And then my number set. We have a little tuck right there. These are from the paper collection. Then we have a little flip down pocket with an insert. And that flips down. I know you can't see. I didn't put anything here. I just left it plain. And then this is the main base page, is the D size main base page. And the D size was created to fit both a 4x6 and a 3x4 photomat on the same page, right? So I went ahead and showed you that. And then here is the next page. So it's those decorative edge pockets. And then this one was on the top last time. I just added it to the bottom here. And all of these are from different sets of things. Journal, the flip-flop journal, and envelopes, and random embellishments, I think, and journal spots. So the tag here is from like the journal spots. And you know what else would look really nice with this set of templates? Will be the Simply Magical enhancement pack. So that's got a lot of like inserts and things in it that will match kind of that whole, the envelope. Not this, not that one. Where is it at? This one. It'll match this whole vibe right there. So there's 2 pockets there, and then I created like a little belly band on this page just with some leftover bits and pieces. And I think this is just a single insert. Oops, I feel like I'm out of frame there. And then we've got another pocket on the back cover with a insert on the inside back cover. And then when you flip it to the back, I kind of left it plain. It's open, like you could stick something in there if you wanted to. And then there's the spine. You know, I was curious, what do you guys think about spines? Do you think they need to be this decorative? Or do you think they should just be plain? I really liked the way this turned out, but it took me a while to like, it's a bunch of different of the embellishments just stacked all over each other. And then I just tore some paper and stamped the 2025 on there. So that's the spine for this one. And then here's the spine for the other prototype. I didn't put a date on here, but like I still think it's still fancy looking, right? So what do we think about spines? Should they be decorative? I think they should. I really do. Okay, so that is the 4-page prototype. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a numerous amount of things you could do with all the elements. So that's not the only way, right, to use things. This one is the 2-page. This paper collection is awesome sauce, right? This one is Echoes of Time from 49 and Market. And it is beautiful. It is stunning, and I adore it. And that's like a bonus page right there. You know I love my purples. I didn't even realize it when I did it, but both prototypes have purple. But you know what? That's okay. So I use like I used the paper collection, and then there's like solids that go with it. I use that as well, and that's what this color came from, is the solids. So anyway, if you are interested in checking this out, it is beautiful, beautiful. I'll have it linked. All right, so I just did a real simple cover on this one. Those are some of my number, what do I call those? Number, I call them something. What do I call them? Number cards. Good grief. Good grief. Okay, and then I didn't do anything to the front cover. So the first fin, oh, I'm using the diamond check on this prototype. The front of the first fin, I've got a belly band, little pocket here, and I've got I didn't use any magnets, I don't think. I just used a paper clip. And I love this. I love this decorative edge. That is like, it's so sweet. I don't know why, I just think it's so sweet. And then this decorative edge pocket too. I just think it's sweet. And I had to make some custom colors for the wax seals. Yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you think about this paper collection. I actually have enough of this paper collection to make it. So if you wanted to, if you think you might want to, holler, because we might be able to do that. I didn't put an insert in there, did I? No. Oh yeah, I did. Didn't I? Yeah, I just put a 3x4 photo mat from the Photomats Essentials. I just stuck that in there. And then I decorated a little bit. Okay, and then behind the belly band pocket is 2 inserts. There's the big one, and it's a booklet. There's the diamond check. Oh, and I didn't put anything on the back. Whoops. And then here, this again was, this piece here is a cutoff piece from one of the pages. And so I'll show you what I'm talking about and why I keep pointing that out in a little while. Okay, so this is like a little short flip page, right? And there's the back side of that. Did I leave that? Yeah, I just kind of tore the top and bottom of this page. I'm imagining it was like a shorter scrap, and I wanted to use it. So I just left it to where you could put something behind there. And then I left this one plain, but it's that decorative edge on top and bottom. I just think it's so sweet. And then the next page is, I just kind of made like a little vellum pocket right here. On the back of this decorative edge top and bottom page. I just thought it was cute because I wanted to use that. This was like a laser cut die cut, and I wanted to use it, and I thought it was pretty. And then this is from some of my printables, and then here is a tag. And once again, it's one of the cutoff pieces. So there's that. And then we have a large envelope here. I didn't put an insert. This is a photo mat, or no, this is a journal spot from set number 1, I believe. And then I used rub-ons, you guys. I used rub-ons. I'm really digging the rub-ons. Well, these rub-ons for sure. And then I put a side pocket insert in here, but didn't do anything with it. And then the next page. So it's those same pockets, except they're that I showed you in the other album, except they're going in a different direction. These both two flip down. And I used journal spots. This is from set 2, this is from set 1, and die cuts. Aren't those sweet? And then these are both tucks. So you tuck things up in there like that. Again, these are some of the cutoff pieces. Oh, and then I also have this insert. This is part of the templates, and then I just made a little tuck there. These, I usually do things like this, like I don't know if I would actually leave that there just to let you know that that was a tuck, but it's cute though, so you can put your photo mats in like that as well. And I did both the same. Then the back side of that I just left plain, because again this is just 2 pages, so two fins, so you don't want to add too much. Like you want to leave some blank space where you could journal here, or you could put photos or your ephemera or whatever, or you can leave it just like that and it's just pretty. Okay, so then here we have, and this is a floating pocket, And it's got that decorative edge little pocket there. And I just put a photo mat in there, and then I matted it with a photo mat as well back there. And this is keeping these cute doors closed. So check this out. These are laser cut elements from that paper collection, and they open up like that. Isn't that just sweet? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. Okay. There we go. I was going to say, I know there's a magnet in there somewhere. All right. Then the next page is, I had a glue accident, so don't pay attention to that. I didn't see it until it was way too late, and I tried to fix it, and I think I just made it worse. Have a little tuck right here with a vellum journal spot, and I just decorated it with some laser cuts, and then let's see, Photomatch Essentials 2 in there, decorative edge top and bottom, and then this flips out. These are both rub-ons, and they're kind of sticking together, so I don't know if I didn't rub it enough, you know. But aren't those cute? Rub-ons, I guess, are really lovely with background design papers, right? So it can jazz up a background design paper really, really easily. And it just looks like it was meant to be that way. Of course, that's a belly band back there. And then I have a booklet. Again, these are rub-ons right there. And then the back there, look at that cute little cat. Isn't he cute? And this is a journal spot, and then those are number cards. But yeah, so if I can get that in there. Whoa. I love layers. I love layers on layers on layers on layers. I just love it. All right, here is that split pocket, and I did do a little bit more embellishing. I did some rub-ons and some die cuts. And I just think this page turned out so sweet. I just love this combination. I just love this whole setup right here. And then the inserts, there's one, and there's a rectangle label right there. I love those. I haven't used those in a while. Well, I think I did actually. And I didn't do anything else to it. I just did the one side. But doesn't that look cool? And then here's the bottom one. Same thing. Okay, is that a rub-on? No. Oh, it might be. That's a rub-on. Is it? I think that's actually paper from the back side of this. Oh, no. It's not. That was on there. This is on there, and this is on there. But this was a rub-on, and then this is a die cut. Oh, those laser die cuts are so good. So good. Then there's a side pocket insert there. Okay. And then I have a place for just some photos, 3x4 photo mats, and then I just decorated with some laser cuts in between. Easy peasy. And then on the back, I've got that smaller envelope, and there's a different color wax seal that I had to custom make, and there's rub-ons and die cuts, and I just love it, love it, love it. This one does have an insert in there, just a one-sided insert. Flip that open. There's another little small tuck pocket with some laser cut things with an, uh-oh, did I glue it in? Oh, there we go. I did. I had glued it in. Oh no. I guess I stuck it in there before the glue was dry. So here's the insert for that, and this is just a little journal spot from set number 1. Die cut. So cute. So you can stick something in there, you can journal, you can do both. So there's that. And then this is the back. Nothing on there. You could put pockets and things. And then there's the back. And those are just a bunch of the laser cuts that I just layered on top of each other. I just wanted to put something back there. And then of course the spine that I think is so pretty. Look at that. It's just so pretty. I love the owl. And then there's a clock and a butterfly and just ivy. And I just thought it was a clock. That's a watch, not a clock. Right? So, all right, those are the 2 prototypes. So let me know your thoughts on the prototypes. I'm going to scooch these aside for now and show you exactly what you get in the set of templates. All right, I'm going to set the workbook aside for now. Again, I've already made it, so you can check out that other workbook But yeah, it's not very thick, right? So it's not a huge set, but I think you're gonna love it. And I need to be careful here. I always do this in the wrong order. All right, I think what I'm gonna show you first is what you get with your purchase, okay? With every purchase that you make of the mini album mashup, you get a full set of the guidebook, which looks like this. So it'll have the actual template on there. Where's my piece of paper? It has the actual template on there. Then it has information. So it'll tell you what it is. It'll tell you where the mat for that page is. And it'll give you a little additional information. Okay, and it'll actually also have the page number on there, so you can put it, if you wanted it as a traceable template, you could put it back in your workbook. And that PDF is a free bonus with your purchase of the background design template. Okay, and there are the guide has 41 pages in it. So at the beginning of the guide, there is this title sheet. This title sheet is at the beginning of the guide, okay? So everybody will get that in the guide, and then whichever background design you purchase, your set of templates will have a title sheet at the end of that PDF with that background design on it, and I'll show you. So you get a full set of the guide. You get a full set of the plain set of templates as a free bonus with your purchase of the background design set of templates. So a full set of those. And then you get a full set with the background design on them. Okay, and if you're new, you may not know why I do it this way. This way, you don't send the paper through your printer twice. So you print this entire page just like this, and you don't have to print the background first and then print the page on top. It just all goes at one time, and then you won't have all this wasted ink, depending on how much. Like this is what I'm talking about. The cutoff pieces. These are blank like this for a reason, and I'll explain that later. But anyway, so that way you don't have a lot of wasted ink all the way around and on the tabs and things. So then you get a full set. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you how many the plain set. There's 39 pages in the plain set of guide because it doesn't have a title page in there, and there's not like any other information. It's just the plain. So I'm going to skip a few pages because those are what's going to be available first. Okay. The full set of background design templates has 39 pages. And so some of them might have 2 PDFs for the background design. It just really depends on the background design itself, because that makes it, some of them are larger in size. I don't know how to explain that. If you don't know a lot about tech, I don't know how to actually explain that good. But, so like the Scripty check, it's going to be available in the Scripty check, right? There's 2 PDFs in the Scripty check, because that background design is a very big, big background. It's a large file. So I split it up in 2. So the one PDF is the main pages, and then the second PDF is the matte pages. But at the end of the second PDF is the title sheet for that background design. So there are 39 pages plus a title sheet in the background designs. So I guess there would be 40. I should have put 40 pages. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So what you get in the guide is you get a kind of an information sheet. Please read quick basic information, printing tips. Read this page for me, okay? It's got a bunch of, I get these, the reason this page is here is I get these questions all the time. And it's okay, I don't mind that. I added this in here just so that you wouldn't have those questions, right? You wouldn't have to ask those questions. So it's kind of like instructions. You know, nobody likes to read instructions. But anyway, it says things like, you know, be sure to download all the PDFs, the background design. Some could be in 2 PDFs. Make sure you down, blah, blah, blah. The binding pages. The binding page does have mats. Printing tips. If you are, this set of templates is US letter size. And if you are an A4 size paper, it will be slightly smaller than what I have intended. But like slightly meaning less than 1/8 of an inch. Like less than the thickness of this ruler. It's hardly nothing. Just got to unclick fit to page most of the time. So you'll have to do like a test print on your printer. Anyway, so it has things like that on here. And then let's go into, okay, so the set of templates, this is the guide set. So it has all the writing on it. The other ones do not, okay? They just have a page number on the top corner of the other sets. They'll have the template and the page number. So there's a cover. And this is a traceable template, so you wouldn't print that out onto cards, onto chipboard, right? You wouldn't want to trace that out. And then there's a spine, two spines, right? 4-page, 2-page, and then here's the binding page. So here, these parts here are the binding. So this is if you use both of these pieces if you're doing a 4-page, and then you just use this piece if you're doing a 2-page. And then this here is the mats for this. Let me see if I can show you. I basically cut them into sections. So like 2 strips, like 2 of these would then cover the spine and the fin, or the tab, or whatever you want to call that. The fin, the tab, whatever. So you just put them on there together. It'll also give you a little bit more stability, like a little bit more structure by doing it this way. So you would just go through and wherever there's a plain tab, you just do a 2-piece boom boom. You know what I mean? I'll have to show you that in video, but so anyway, there's no reason to have 2 pages of that because this will do it all. So if you print the background design one, this will do it all. So there's the binding page, and it does say attach 2 fins if needed when finished with album. This, fin. This is the gusset, fin, gusset, fin, so on and so forth. And you just stack them on top of each other. Okay, main base page. So one of the things you'll see differently is this is the main base page from the Basically Amazing Foundation, and it is the D size. And in the foundation and in the mashup number 1, this page is in here, except it's a little different. This is that page, and it also has this page included. I took this page off, or this part off, because I end up having so many of those little strips, right, that are printed. Obviously, they would have all of the tabs and everything. They're printed. And I would feel like I'd have to use them or they're just wasted. So now I can use this piece, this section, for inserts, for labels, for anything that I want. It's not designated for a certain thing. Okay, another thing to note is that not all of the edges are going to print out. And I do get asked this every time I release a set of templates, and it's not because you guys forget, it's because just new people. New people come all the time and they don't understand. I scooped things over as much as I can to the edges to make as much space for things as I possibly can. And this is one of those pages. Or if it's not scooted to these edges, it's the full length of the paper this way. So your top and bottom tabs may not print out. Like this doesn't even print off the wording. Short tab doesn't even fully print. I did scoot this over just a little bit because sometimes we need this full tab and not this full tab. So I did make one slight change, but yeah, so sometimes they won't print out, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. If you need this tab, you leave that piece on. It's fine. You don't have to cut it off. All right, so then you'll see a lot of these blank spaces like this, and that is for you to be able to do inserts and things and use it for other things besides me making something that you have to try to incorporate into your album. All right, so here is the side pocket insert. Now here are the 2 envelopes. Envelope 1, envelope 2. So this one is a variation of the Everlasting. This one is a variation of the Simply Magical, and I wanted both of them in the Basically Amazing size. So that's what I did. You can any of the Basically Amazing albums, you can put these into now. So like this can be like an add-on if you want it to be. So they again, like this whole tab right here doesn't print off, but it's okay. If, you're going to need that tab. You just cut it straight off. straight this way and leave that whole thing. So anyway, it says mats on page 25, the inserts on page 8, and it gives you a little information how you can put it together. So both of these are, I love envelopes in my albums. I love the printable envelopes in my albums. So that's page 6, 7. This is the insert for the envelope. You can either make it a booklet, or it can just be a standalone. You cut them in half, and it can just be a insert. You can make, I left a lot of things a rectangle and square so that you can use your corner punches or your decorative edge punches to make anything you want out of your inserts. I started doing that with the Basically Amazing foundations because that does open up a whole world, because you have all of these things, you know, you have all of these supplies. This way you can use them. Like the punches, the corner punches, you know, they've got a ton, like this is a cropping out, but they've got a ton of corner punches out there. They've got a ton of edge punches out there that you can use on these instead of making you use like this type of edge on every insert. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay, so then here is a flip page that has the decorative edge on top and bottom. And it does stick out a little bit from the main base page, just a little bit on top, a little bit on bottom. I wanted it that way. I just think it's adorable. So it's got 2 tabs on it, because depending on if you've got a direction, you can decide which way it's going to flip. If you have your background on there, or if you don't. Either way, you just get to pick which one you want. And again, I left this blank so that you could use that. Like, let's say you print this onto decorative paper, like a pattern paper. Then you'll have a strip of that you can use as an insert or a tag or something. So there's a flip page. And then this set of doors fits perfectly onto that page, the previous page. Right? They fit perfectly onto here, and they also fit on the main base page, obviously. So again, this tab doesn't fully print out, but you can use them as just a small flip individually, or you can use them as the doors, which I think is fun. Here is the split pocket page. And you'll notice when I've got the writing going like this, we'll come across the page where the writing is turned, and that's because that's the direction in which the template is meant to be used. But you can use it however you want. It's your template. Once, you know, you can put it on any page you want, however you want it. But these are meant to go on top, right on top of each other. So this is the top one, this will be the bottom one, or vice versa. You could do it the other way if you wanted to too. And then here's like a little tuck pocket. I just think it's so sweet. You can use it either way, but I have it as a top tuck. But if you don't have a direction or anything, you can just use it as a bottom pocket as well. And it also says mats on page 30, inserts on page 12, and here are the inserts for that. So you can leave these in any configuration that you want for the split pocket. You can have it fold up and down booklet like this, or fold like this as a booklet, or you can just cut them into individual little pieces. Okay, here's what I was talking about if the printing is different. So this means that this is supposed to go this way. So it's not going to fit into your album this way. It's only going to fit into your album like this way, okay? And I always, if the album is big enough, I always have a flip page for a 4x6 photo, always. So this is a variation on one of those pages. And then here is another page. This is a pocket flip with a decorative edge. And then there's just the pocket base. It could be a pocket, it could be a flip. A 3x4 photo can fit on there, photo mat can fit on there. And then here is a smaller pocket flip page. And then here's an envelope. This is another variation of the Simply Magical. It's not the same size as Simply Magical. This one's actually smaller, and then the bigger one's obviously larger. But it is a variation of it, and this will fit perfectly onto this page as well. So you can have a full flip page envelope, or just an envelope. And it says mat, pocket, insert on page 16. And then there's the insert for that. Again, it can be a booklet. And then again, I left like all of this down here because this can be used for something else instead of me making it into 10 different pockets or 10 different labels or 10 different whatever. You can do what you want with this section. You know, with this piece of paper, you can make it a tag, an insert, a label, all of those things. It's up to you. And then here is those sets of the decorative edge pockets that are slanted. You can use these in any configuration that you want, any configuration at all. I just thought they were so fun. I love that slant. I just think that's a fun idea. And this slant, this is a variation of the everlasting as well, that edge. It is and it isn't. It's like a combination, I think, of a couple of those. I have a couple designs like this. So I've got the everlasting, I've got the top note, then there's the charming and the basically amazing. They're all different, but this is a variation of that. Then here is the shorter page with the decorative edge on top and bottom, and I left the tabs, of course, on all, so you can pick how you want to use that. And let's see, Matt's on page 37. This is just a insert. This is the one, this is the insert that will hold 2 3x4 photo mats on here. 2 on front, 2 on back, 2 on front, 2 on back. And I believe that was in the mashup one as well. I like tall skinny inserts, and there's only so many variations you can do of tall skinny inserts, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure this is the one. Let me see. Do I have an insert close by? Yeah, this is the one. So this is what it looks like when you make it into, you know, an actual insert, right? It looks so simple, but it's so pretty, you know? Okay. And then the next page is, this is the same style insert, except it's got the decorative edge on top and bottom. And it could be a booklet or standalone. And then from here on out, it's all the mats for those. And again, with the mats, I left space because if you're printing your mat onto your decorative paper, you can do whatever you want with this. You know what I mean? You don't have to have that for something specific. You can make it into whatever you want it to be. So there's the mat for the covers, you know, so on and so forth. I'm just going to quickly flip through here so that you can see. And you'll notice this is configured different than the split pocket page, and that is because I didn't have room with all the tabs and everything to have it this way on the main base page of this, but I did on the mat. That way when you print your mats out and you're printing on pattern paper or whatnot, it'll look like it'll be a continual picture, if that makes sense. What was that noise? And then look at all this space here, right? So this could be used for something else. If you print onto pattern paper, you won't have to use that in a specific way. And more mats, right? So these are the mat. Every page has a mat except for the binding, and that's on the binding page. And then that's it. That's what's included in your set of templates. So you get the plain, the guide, and the background design. So the background designs that it's currently available in, that from day one, it will be available in Coffee Stain, Diamond Check, and Scripty Check. The Scripty Check is what the Halloween album was made out of. The Diamond Check is what the 49 and Market Echoes of Time album, that's what I used on that one. And then the Coffee Stain I think we're going to use on our first album. We're going to try to make, and y'all know, I say this all the time, we're going to try to make a quick Halloween album for the first album. So it'll just be a 2-page, it won't be super intricate or anything. It's just because I want to get a Halloween album out there. And we've already talked about that in a previous video. But the Etsy listings look like this. So they have a little bit different color than the mini album mashup 1, but just got to look for that 2 there. So this is the main picture, and then the second picture shows you a better look of what the background design looks like. But this is the title sheet that comes with your background design in your PDF. This will be at the end of your PDF. So if you got the Coffee Stain and you wanted to have this title sheet, then you have it. So the Diamond Check is, there's what the Etsy listing looks like, right? And then that's the title sheet. And then the Scripty Check, I actually printed this wrong, so that's what the Etsy listing looks like. And am I saying Etsy? Etsy listing looks like, and then there's the second piece or picture. So that's what it's currently available in at the time of the release of this set of templates. So we are going to do a giveaway for the next few months. We're going to pick 3 background designs per month until all of the background designs have been chosen. And we're going to use the same backgrounds that we had available in the mini album mashup 1. I don't have a new background for this one, again, just like I didn't with this one. But I'm going to use the same backgrounds because I think it would be fun to incorporate these together, right? If you wanted to. Okay. Oh, another side note. At the time of this recording, the background design sets are available in my Etsy shop. Etsy. They are available in my Etsy shop right now, so if you want to check that out, you may want to, I'll have it linked down below. Okay, the giveaway drawing, the next giveaway drawing is going to be November 12th, 2025, and there'll be 3 winners. So how you enter to win is below this video in the comment section. I want you to leave a vote which background design you want to see next. So I'm going to show you your choices. The diamond check's going to be already out, right? But there's faded floral, there's hearts, butterfly, there's the floral, the light wood, vintage script, the scripted check's already out, vintage polka dot, grungy wood, music notes, and then coffee stain will already be out. And I think that's it. Yeah. So coffee stain will already be out. Okay. So you have until, leave me a comment, you have until November 12th is when I'll do the drawing. It'll be a recorded video that I will put up, and you will be able to see if you won or not. And the winner will be 3 winners, and they will have their choice of what they want, which one of the 3 backgrounds that are chosen that time. They could have all 3 if they wanted, like the 3 sets. They could have the diamond check, or it won't be diamond check, but they could have vintage polka dot, grungy wood, and music notes. They could pick all 3 if they wanted to. If not, they could just pick one or the other, or whatever. But there'll be 3 winners, and you'll have your choice. But what else? I had one more thing I wanted to say, and oh, I may move all my books. I didn't print these out again, but I wanted to remind, this is the Simply Magical. Yeah, this is a big set of templates too, but the enhancement pack will work great with the mashup too. But I wanted to show you different things you can print these templates on. And I didn't print a bunch of new ones. This is the actual size of that envelope. It's a little bit different than what you see in the mashup, but I wanted to show you because it's a nice reminder. Obviously cardstock, and then this is on black cardstock. It's super, super hard to see, but if you squint or hold it into the light just right, it will print onto black cardstock. You'll be able to cut it out. And then the craft paper. Then this is a different type of craft paper. I don't know what that's called. This is patterned paper. This one even has some gold on it. I even printed it on the back as well. Colored cardstock. Coffee stained paper. You really need to iron that out in order to run it through your printer. This is vellum. That's just plain sheet. This is acetate. Right? You can print them out onto acetate as well. And then this is tracing paper, so it's a different fill than vellum. This is actual vintage ledger that I cut down to size and ran it through my printer. A book page. Another book page. This is parchment paper. So anything you can print onto, you can print these templates onto. This is antique laid paper. This is linen. I printed it on the wrong side. Linen. This is, what is this? Oh, this is just cream cardstock. And that's just cream paper. This is handmade paper. It's a little thicker, but again, still handmade paper. Well, I got this out. the enhancement pack. Has all kinds of fun little things. It's got tags, inserts. It's got what are these called? Tabs. Small pockets and inserts and things. A smaller version of an envelope. Ooh, no, it's not the same. I was gonna say, is that the same? It's not. It's not the same. But anyway, I'm excited about this. I think that this will be a fun set of templates to work on. Also wanted to remind you too that these templates are made by hand. They are not machine made. They are not Photoshop made. They are made by hand. So if you go to mat this, you need to, before you trace, let's say you're tracing it out and you go to mat this, make sure you're tracing the right piece, because it looks like it's identical, but it may not be. It might be slightly different because I hand draw these edges. I do everything by hand. I do scan them into the computer, and I do make little adjustments here and there, but these are hand-drawn templates, so they're not manufactured through any sort of software. They are all me. So they're not going to be 100% perfect, but that's part of the beauty of printable templates, is that, or mine at least, is that it does have that handmade quality. And I think that's important in the world we live in today. Handmade gifts are so much cooler, I think, than buying store-bought things. I mean, you can buy store-bought things, of course. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but just the simple fact of taking the time to make something by hand for someone is special, you know. And I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, okay? I'm so excited. Everything will be linked in the description box. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave me a comment or contact me through Etsy. I do have Facebook, but I don't see those questions as often as I do Etsy. Okay, one more thing, you guys. I almost forgot. One more thing. I have a coupon code for you guys, and you just have to enter it at checkout, and it's MASHUP, M-A-S-H-U-P, 20% off. With some exclusions, like the background design sets are not part of the coupon. A lot of the smaller items are not part of the coupon, but it is valid between October 15th, from the time this video goes public, to October 31st, which is my birthday, till midnight October 31st. So you can use as many times as you want. And it's good for almost everything in my shop, but again, some exclusions apply, and you just put this in your, when you go to checkout, there'll be a place to put a coupon code, apply code or something like that. You put that in. If you have any trouble whatsoever, just contact me through your purchase, and I will refund the 20% on the purchases that are eligible. So don't panic. As long as you contact me in this time frame, I have no problem refunding your money, okay? Refunding your 20% if something went wacky, okay? So yeah, coupon code, 20% off, MASHUP, and it does include the new set. The new set of templates is included in this 20% coupon code, so be sure to take advantage. All right, you guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a while. I've been missing you guys. I've been looking forward to hanging out with you guys some more. And I really appreciate you being here with me. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.